Okay, so go to this website, cadimate.moodlecloud.com. Feed in your user ID and password, which I provided to you. Okay, and then as a student, if you view this page, you can see only one course will be visible here. That is the course on SolidEdge. You'd have to get inside of that. So for me, I'm signing in as admin, so I'll be able to see all the courses that I've designed. So you just have to go inside SolidEdge training. Lesson number 1, lesson 2, and lesson 3 we have completed. And now it's time for us to go for the next one, that is lesson number 4. So open that lesson. Right here you can see the video. You just have to watch this video. Fine. So but of course, when I do the screen sharing, you will not be able to get the sound. That is a big problem we are facing here. So I'll do one thing. I'll just share this particular video directly. Okay, so the link of this link I will directly share to your WhatsApp group. Okay, so please watch this video and try to understand it completely. Fine. So in order to save your data, I will just turn off the screen sharing as well. Watch this video, and while you're watching this video, even I will go through the video. After getting done with the video, I'll come back online, and you can ask me any doubt that you might be having with the particular class. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Coincident plane. Okay, so you are unable to do. So will you please start the AnyDesk? Please start AnyDesk, and yeah, please start AnyDesk and share me the ID. Two 48600. The same now. Hello, Gopal. It's the same, right? Sorry, Chandu. Yeah. So 248600770. Correct? Yeah. Please accept. So this is showing as offline. Did you start your system? Okay. All right. So let me know once you start the system and internet is connected. Okay. It is showing me that you are offline. Once confirm the number, address. What's your address? Okay. One minute. 2486. Now you are online. So what was the problem? Internet was not connected. Okay. So accept the request. Yeah, I got it. Let me minimize this. Okay, minimize this. Okay, so open the clamp, this one. Okay, so please leave the mouse, let me handle it for some time. Okay, so this is our diagram, right? Uh-oh. So are you using mouse? Okay, so just leave it for some time. Okay, so first we'll have to start with sketching, of course. We'll have to take the slot option. This is collinear. Okay, so ready-made slot, where is it available? Faces. We'll probably have to create a line first. Let's go to home, take a line, lock this plane from this midpoint. I need a straight line. Okay, but I have to take it correctly, right? Okay, this is going to the bottom. Let's go to the top. So let me click here to get to the top. Now let's take a line. Then I'll have to fix this. Then take it from midpoint. Okay, this is coming at some angles. I want perpendicular to this, right? So any length you can take, whatever length you want you can take. And then you have the option here for the slot. Okay, so choose this option, width and all, how much you want. 4 mm width. So click OK and select the side, single, click OK, and there you have it, right? So press escape once it is done. And now we need to extrude cut this, right? Okay, so click inside, then click here downward arrow, and you can see it is cutting straight away. So leave it at this point. That's it, done. So this is for cutting. Fine. Once you're done cutting, you can hide the sketch. Fine. So at this point we need to create the plane, right? So go to home. In home you will have option to create the plane somewhere here. Yeah, so that plane you have to select, and then select parallel to which plane you want it. So that face you have to select. So is it creating the plane? No. So I think we were not able to select the plane correctly. Select the command correctly, coincidental plane. Then now the plane is selected correctly, right? Now click on this arrow. So you should click and leave it. Okay, you should not click and drag. Remember that. If you click and drag, then you will not get it. So just click once on this arrow and leave the button. Now you can see the plane is attached with my cursor. It is moving wherever my cursor moves, right? So at this point I need to click on this circle. Fine. So once the circle gets highlighted, click on it. So now the plane is exactly in the middle. So if you go to the top view, you can see that. Correct? So now from the center, whatever distance he is asking you to offset, that distance you have to offset. Okay. So you need to open the PPT and check what is the distance. Got it? So in the PPT, check the distance and displace it by that value. Then on that plane, create whatever sketch you want to create, and then do extrude cut. Okay. So that should complete. your lesson number 3. Sorry. Actually, nobody has joined us today still. Let me message them. Middle. So for this circle, maybe he has not given. Go to the next slide. Go to the next. Next. Okay, so somewhere here itself he will be providing that distance. Yeah, here you can see this distance. So this distance, what is this distance? That is the distance of the plane from the midpoint. Okay. What? Sorry? Left plane. Huh? So this is from the middle, na ma'am? You can see here this cursor is showing from the middle. Dimension is showing from the middle, na? Where is big diameter? 14 diameter. Yeah, for 14 diameter only you have to create the plane, and same plane is used for both the circles. Smaller circle is through circle, so through every object we have to cut it. Larger circle is only up to some limit. Okay, so this value is given here, you have to use that. Okay. Okay. Is joining. See. Yes. We have to choose one plane which is to which we want it to be parallel. Okay, then that plane we should move it to the midpoint, or even if you don't move to the midpoint, from there only you take it, no problem. Okay, because I think he has taken from that point only, no need to take to midpoint. but I just wanted to teach you how to place the plane coincident with any point. Fine. So that's why I explained to you how to keep at midpoint. Okay, so you have selected that now. Then click on this arrow. Okay, click on that arrow. And now click on the circle here. It should highlight. Wait for it till it highlights. Now it's highlighted. Now click on it. Okay. Now go to the top view and check where the plane is. It is in the middle. Now from that point again click on that arrow, give whatever displacement you want. Okay. Yeah. Sharing the today's streamed video link also, the WhatsApp group. Those who are joining late can access this in the playlist itself. So this is the last video on day number 9. So I'll just go ahead and explain whatever is needed to be done in lesson number 4. And those who are attending late, those who missed this class, can watch this video and continue doing it. Okay, so let me start by watching this video. First thing is explaining about is this thing called steering wheel. As soon as you select any of the face of your 3D object or even a closed sketch, you will get arrows like this. Fine. So this particular thing is called as a steering wheel, and in SolidEdge the steering wheel plays a very important role. Using this you can do almost any modification to the solids. Okay, so we should understand what each point is and what is each point's function. Fine. So you can see all the terms, all the different parts in this steering wheel have been named, and let's just see how the steering wheel appears when you take up SolidEdge. So this is my SolidEdge interface. Let me take a new file. I'll have to choose isometric part. Wait for the new file to load. Once it's loaded, I can draw now some cross section. Just take, okay, let me say I'm taking this, I'm locking on to the top plane by pressing F3. I'm keeping the center point here at origin. Then I'm feeding the lengths. Let me give 100 width and 60 height. Okay, so press enter once again to finalize the rectangle. Press escape to remove all the other things. And now when I click here on the inside, you can see that I'm getting these arrows. So there is a ball at the center. I think someone is trying to join. Okay, so we have the ball at the center and there are 2 arrows. Fine. One on this side, one on the other side. So if you click on the ball, you can move this whole thing wherever you want. Fine. So if you are moving it anywhere on within this closed sketch, then you will get the option to extrude it. As soon as you click on one of the arrows, either left or right, you can see that I'm able to extrude it. You just have to click and leave it. So I'm not holding any button at this moment, I'm just dragging it up. Fine. So I'm just moving the mouse up and down without having any button pressed on the mouse. Okay, so at this moment I can give whatever height I want to extrude it with. So let me say I want to extrude it by length 45. So just press 45, enter, and you can see that I'm having height of this box as 45. Okay, so now if I want to continue editing this object, I just have to click any surface, and once again you can see this sphere with the arrow will again appear. So I can, when I click on the sphere and start moving, this is where the whole steering wheel will appear. Fine. So and all these things that is explaining here in the video, they are all present here in the wheel. Fine. So I can use this to modify this particular face whatever way I want. So if I want to extrude this further, I can just use this arrow, and you can see from that point onwards I can give it any distance that I want. So let's say I want to extrude it by 10 mm more. So I have extruded it, and you can see the height has increased to 55. If I select this face, once again you can see I'm getting that sphere. And now if I just start moving the sphere, I'll get the whole this thing, and you can just click on the arrow, move it. Fine. So at this point you can see it is symmetric on both the sides. So because the rectangle that we used to extrude this, it was symmetric on both sides, hence this diagram is also symmetric. In fact, if you don't want this symmetry to exist, there is this box appearing here wherein you can just remove symmetry, and now you can see that it is extruding only on one side. Fine. So everything, almost everything that you want to do, all modifications you want to do, it is entirely possible using this steering wheel alone. So when you just click first time, you will just get one arrow. That means you can just have an option of extruding it. So if you want other options, like if you want to rotate a face or something, then you have to click and drag on the sphere, and you will get this entire steering wheel. If you attach it to any of the edge, you will see that it has now adjusted according to the edge. And if I click on this wheel, I can adjust the angle inside or outside, whatever angle I want, I can give it. Fine. Negative angle is getting in the inside, positive angle is getting it on the outside. So let me go ahead with some angle like 30 degrees, press enter. Fine. So now I can see that this angle is rotated. So this way, any face you want to change, just click on it, drag the steering wheel wherever you want, click here and give whatever angle you want. So let's say minus 20 degrees. So it has gone on the inside. So this way you can give whatever angle you want to any of the face that you are interested in. Fine. So that's what he is explaining here in the video. So let's move ahead. And here there is a part. I don't know whether this part is provided to us ready-made or not, but of course we can very easily make this part even if it is not provided. So let me just show you how to make this part. We'll have to start again from the start. So I'll just select all, delete it. The reference planes of course cannot be deleted, so it will just give you an error for that. So I'll just start with a rectangle, right? So let's start with the rectangle. So where is rectangle? Here it is. I'll lock on to this top planes, press F3, start the center point here at the origin, give 100 length and something like 60 or 70, 75, let us say, width. Press enter again. So now it's fixed. So let me go ahead and extrude this by some value, let's say 50. Okay, so here there is a small chamfer. So either you can draw a line here on this face, lock this, draw a line, this point to this point, and as soon as you are done with the line, you can select this face separately, and if you select the negative zone, you can just go ahead and subtract this. Then we need to build this face over here. So select this face. We'll have to lock onto this face. So let me take line, hover over this, press F3 to lock it on. Go to top view. Okay. So start drawing somewhat like this. Okay, this is perpendicular, then perpendicular again, then coincident here, and then finally it's touching here. So you need not draw the complete cross section. Once you draw a line which is dividing a face into a number of parts, that is sufficient. Fine. So then you will be able to select whatever face you get on the other side, and I can continue to extrude it further. Fine. So let me extrude it for now something like 20. So that's it. Fine. So this diagram that he is giving, that is ready for now, and you can continue to make modifications in this. Fine. So you can also select multiple faces. Yes, ma'am. How to make? Colors will appear automatically. See, when you select it, it will appear green color, right? Selected faces are always green in color. If you want to select multiple faces, just press Ctrl and continue clicking on the faces. You will get multiple faces selected. Fine. And then if you want to move it, just click on any arrow that you want, what direction you want to move it in, and it will start moving. Fine. Let me say I want to move this face and this face in upward direction. So you can see the steering wheel is oriented not properly. So you just have to drag this sphere, move it onto this face. Fine. So now it has oriented itself according to this face. So this arrow is perpendicular to that. So I just click on this, and you can see this plane is moving up and down. Fine. So if you want to rotate this face, you just have to click on that, then move the sphere over to this edge. Once it is aligned with the edge, I can just click on this, and you can see I'm able to rotate it to whatever angle I want. Fine. Even I can give more than that angle also. Fine. So you can feed the value from this reference point. Whatever angle you want to rotate, you can do it easily, right? So if I want to move this face up, I just have to select that, move it up. Fine. So let's just say that you want to move all these three faces, then you'll have to select all the faces. So let me select this, press Ctrl and select all these faces. Okay, press Ctrl and select all these faces. In fact, I think it's not needed for us to select this face. These three faces we can just select, then move it. Okay, so now it's moving backward and forward. Got it? So like this, we can easily go on to edit it. So suppose you want later, you want to do this this face, you want to make it inclined, then you just have to move it over to this side, then click on this circle, and you can continue to give whatever angle you want, either positive or negative. Fine, whatever you want. But give it -25, let us say. That's it. Okay, so let's click on this, back a bit. Looks good. Fine. So handling the steering wheel, you should be able to do easily, right? So learn more about the steering wheel, how to use it by using this example. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just undo this changes, and this particular solid, I'll just, okay, this looks good. So I think we'll have to rotate this a little. Okay, let's rotate this a little. Okay, over here. So it looks good. So I'll just save this. Go ahead, save as. So because this file will be used by students over here for older version as well, I'll just save it as a parasolid document, and I'm saving it as a parasolid document. So okay, parasolid document, name of the file, I'll just give lesson 4 activity 1. Okay, so lesson 4 activity 1 is the name I'm giving. Parasolid is the type of file in which I'm saving it. So click save. So I guess it'll appear over here. Okay, so there it is. So this particular file, I'll again, okay, so I'll load that file over to the Google Drive. Actually, yeah, this is the place where I need to upload, access the files. And there we go. Yeah, I think it's uploaded. So lesson 4 activity 1.xt. xt means it's a parasolid file, and if you want to open this file, so let me just close this and show you how to open that file. So click, I'm going to save this, no. So I have closed the file and I want to open this file from the Google Drive. So first you have to go to this particular page, videos and files, lesson 4. Watch the video, scroll down here to get this link, click on that. That will take you to the lesson 4 folder on the Google Drive. So lesson 4 activity 1, this is the file I want to work on. Click download. So this file will come up. So that file we need to open using SolidEdge. Right. So click open here on the SolidEdge and click browse. So now here we should first go to download. This is where my downloaded file exists, and by default you will not see that file. So when you select for the first time, you will not see that file because the file type here is selected as all SolidEdge documents. So that file is not a SolidEdge document, it's a parasolid. Or you can just select all the documents, select all documents, and you will see that particular file. So then you will be able to open it. Select how do you want to open that file as. I want to open it as a part file, so select that and click OK. There it is. Fine. So there is the file, and you can practice how to control your steering wheel with this particular example. Fine. Let's go ahead and watch that video completely till end. So here is explaining about these things. Okay, so I've explained you all this. So here he is explaining what are the different types of steering wheels and when they appear. So you could actually align it with an edge, or you could keep it at the center of a point, or you can select multiple faces, and each time the steering wheel will appear slightly differently depending on how you want to operate it. Okay, so that is covered over here. Let's go ahead. Okay, so this is another file. So this file is activity 1.2. Fine. So activity 1.2 file is again present here. Okay, so activity 1.2. Okay, so this is activity 1, which I just now, okay, sorry, this one is the activity 1 and this is activity 2. So you again have to download this. Okay, so activity 1-2, so that you can just open here and you can start working on it. Those are using the SolidEdge older version, for them I have created this file separately. Once again, this is a parasolid file, so download that file, and in order to open this file you'll have to go for open, browse. So while you're browsing, you should go to downloads folder, and here if all SolidEdge documents are selected, you will not be able to see that file. So you must select all documents from this, and only then that file will appear here. Fine. So select that file and click open, and select how you want to open it. I want to open it as a part. Click OK, and there you go. Fine. So this I have opened it from the new version of the file, and this one is the older version of the file. So both will open up correctly, and you can continue to edit it whatever way you want it. Fine. So I can just click and drag in the face. Okay. So this is going keeping this plane constant. If you want this to go up here, I'll have to rotate this face. Okay, so this is slightly difficult. So just click on this, move it to the edge and rotate it. Fine. So I want to rotate it to this particular angle. So once again click. This time I'm just going to select this point, and that's it. Fine. So you may have to do a number of steps before you get whatever desired results you want. Fine. So just drag it, make the rotation. Okay, you select it, like whatever changes you want. Fine. So like this you can continue to modify it. So that's what he's explaining in this video. Let's go through and watch it through completely. Fine. So how many faces you're selecting, which face you're rotating, what face you're rotating, in what direction you're rotating, by how much angle you're rotating. So all that is possible here by just using the steering wheel. Fine. So make sure you watch the video correctly and you should practice it properly. Just skipping through all these things. Okay, and there are some more examples here, but I think the drawing file of these are not available. You must just have to go through this PPT, try to understand what he's explaining and try to apply it on whatever solids are provided to you. You can also create your own solid and try to practice on that. Fine. So this is an assembly file. And this is where things get a little difficult, especially for those who are using the older version of the software. So for those who are using the older version of the software, I have created a para-solid older version of the car assembly. And those who are using the new version of the this one, you can just download this zip file. Okay, so first let me explain how the students who are having new version can download this. So just right click on this parts file. It's a zip file, you can see. So I need to download this. It will take some time to scan for viruses and then it will download it. So now you can see it is getting downloaded. So once it's downloaded, you should extract it using 7-zip. Now 7-zip is a different kind of compressor. If you don't have 7-zip installed on your system, just search 7-zip on Google and there you have it. So 7-zip download you can do. So download it for Windows 64-bit or 32-bit, whatever you like. Fine. Click on download. It will download, and once you do the installation, after installation you will get this particular software. Fine. So if I go there directly, let's go to the download folder once. Okay, so let's go to the download folder, and here you can see that 7-zip file has been created, has been downloaded. So just have to right click on this, go to 7-zip option. This option will appear once you have installed 7-zip. If this option is not appearing for you, that means 7-zip has not been installed. So you can just go to the Google and type 7-zip and install it as I told you. This was 7-zip. Go to 7-zip website and download. Fine. Download and install it, of course. After installation, when you right click on this, you will get 7-zip option. So you can go there and click extract to parts. Fine. So once you're done with that, you can see parts folder will appear here. Open the parts folder, you can go inside, and here you have car assembly file. Okay, so this, you just double click on that, After some time the assembly will open up. So but this will not work for those who are using the older version of SolidEdge, that is SolidEdge 2020. So for those students, I would tell you to download this Parasolid older version of F1 car assembly. So right click on this and click download. And don't just click on this, because if you directly click on this, it may open up in any software. For example, this particular format has been decided to open with SolidWorks. I don't want to open it with SolidWorks. So if you have any other software, any other CAD software installed, so maybe it will try to open it using that particular software. So our aim is to learn SolidEdge. And we want to open it using SolidEdge. So go open SolidEdge, go to open, then go to downloads and go to that particular parts folder, go inside of this, and of course all documents should be selected here. Only then the F1 assembly car will appear here. Okay, this is for the new version. So if you have downloaded the older version, so you can see this is for the older version which we downloaded later after the assembly file. So all documents must be selected here, and you will see the Parasolid older version F1 car assembly. Open this. Again, it will ask you how you want to open it. You can either open it as a part or you can open it as an assembly. Because this one is an assembly, I'll just go ahead with the assembly. So click assembly and click OK. It will take some time to read through all the files, and once it has read, it will open this file up. So you can see now that now this file is open, and this is opened as a assembly file. This is opened as an assembly file. So if you want to make any changes to this, you can use the steering wheel once again. So if you are moving this in the assembly format, if you are moving any part in the assembly format, you can see the whole part is actually moving. Suppose you just want to edit any of the faces. Suppose you want to edit only one of the faces. Then what you have to do is you have to first open that particular object. Fine. So assembly must be saved. I just click on save. So I have to save it with the assembly file name. So let me save it in downloads. Click save. So now that the file is saved, now it has opened it. So after it has opened, now if you try to select any face and make any modifications, you can see that the faces are moving, the complete part is not moving. So if you click close and return, and now we are back in the assembly mode. Now if you select that again, so let us say select the same face. So if I select that, and if I now try to rotate or move it, the whole part is moving. Fine. So even if you are trying to move it, you can see the whole part is moving. Fine. So this whole part is one entity and it is moving as a whole, right? Whereas if you just right click on this, go for edit, now we are in the part editing mode. And now if you select any face, that is just going to modify that particular face. So just need to drag it down and give it a little rotation, somewhat like this. Okay, so whatever he is telling you to do in the video, you should complete it and you should be able to save it. Okay, so this is one of the many changes that he'll be explaining to you to do in the video. Fine, so let's go ahead with what changes he's asking us to do. So there it is. So this will be inclined, and then this face he will tell you to incline about some angle, and then this face, then this face. Fine. So all these faces he's asking you to make modifications to, and once all the modifications are done, you can just save it. Okay, so I guess that's it for this particular lesson. It's only one video, and there are three activities that you need to complete. So activity 1 I have uploaded as a Parasolid file. Activity 2, this is for the Parasolid file for the older version students, and this is the assembly file of the car, F1 car race car, for the older version students. Those who are having newer version cannot download this parts.z7z. or you could download any of the Parasolid files and open it with SolidEdge. That should be able to help you. Fine. So that's it. The class for this session is over. You can ask me if you have any doubt and I'll try to clear it. Yes, ma'am? Any desk is attached? I think it's over. I'll reconnect. Please accept the request. Okay, yes. So now you have created it on that plane, no? So while extruding this, you have to give that distance which is mentioned in the PPT. Go back to PPT. Okay, so here he is giving the distance now in the middle diagram. So that is the distance you have to extrude, cut. So while extruding, choose negative, not positive. If you choose positive, it will add the material. Okay. So in the top left, you have that option. First, that plus sign is there now here. Okay. So click on that, choose minus or cut. Yes. And now you drag, click on one of the arrows, give the distance. How much distance? Yes. Correct? Huh? Now do the same for hexagon on the other side. First you have to displace the plane, then draw the hexagon on that plane, and then do extrude cut of required distance. Okay. So those who are online, if you get any doubts, you can just ask me. I'm here itself. Mm. Actually, you will get a lot of 3D models if you just do one search on internet, like solid practice. Okay, which one to draw? You could as well, take your textbook, engineering drawing textbook or machine drawing textbook. From that as well, you could draw. Okay, so those you could do, or there is one study cam or study CAD. So these people also have very challenging solids. Okay, so this is a very good one. I'll highly recommend you to do this study CAD. Okay, so go to studycad.com and open any of these. So the dimensions will be given in orthographic views, and also 3D shape of the diagram will be given. Try to do that. If any of them you're unable to do, you can ask me always. Okay, so lots of variations are there, you can see, and some of them are really challenging, especially those involving surface modeling. Those are really challenging. So this one you can see it's a very complex one. Fine. Yes, sir. Yeah. So start with simple ones, start with a few simple ones, and as you become more proficient, you can go for more difficult ones. Amshi, are you doing for the lesson number 4? Hello, Amshi, are you there? Can you hear me? Uh, yeah, are you doing lesson number 4? This assembly model is over. Video. Okay, you complete that first, no? Because that is included in the video also. And can you please share your screen? Meanwhile, I'll just keep it here on the screen, and it will get recorded on the YouTube. So it will help those who are doing later, those who missed the class. Okay. Uh, okay, you have internet in the system now. Just join from the browser. Share your screen. That should do. You can continue to remain connected with mobile if you want to talk to me. Just for screen sharing, you have to sign in there. Hello, any doubts? Those who are online? Okay, up chalo. Okay, Chandu, you have any doubts? Okay, so shall we end this here? Okay, so we will stop this session here, and those who have missed the session, probably you have watched it and learnt correctly. If you have any doubts left for this session, you can ask it in the next one. Okay. So tomorrow's session, I think it is being cancelled because there is the annual day celebration. Saturday, I will try to conduct it from home. Okay, so Saturday session will be completely online, and let's take this Saturday as a practice session wherein everyone, those who joined late, should also be able to cover all the remaining topics. Okay, then see you Saturday. Bye.